So in three, two, oh, hey, we're already recording. Three, two, one. Hi and welcome, BONESTORM. I'm going to be quiet and Kev's going to be loud because I'm out and back right now trying not to disturb one neighbor who already doesn't like me, and I'm not trying to piss off the other one. So hopefully I'll be quiet enough and we'll get through this without disturbing the neighbors. Next time it's going to be inside. Lights will be on. It'll be a lot better. So let me go to the sharing mode. I have to, where do I present? Present. Come on, man. Where is that thing? Share screen right there. There we go. Boom. Share screen. Share this one. Shut it. I'm doing all the work. Why don't you just shut up?
Well, I'm glad I'm flexible, because you're normally really good about being flexible. I'm glad I'm able to
Hey,
accommodate your ever-changing.
hey, you can just suck it, dude. If you had all this shit going on in my life, you'd have to be flexible, dude. Give me a break. Okay. Okay, dude. So yeah, I like the pictures on this one, especially the only picture I could find on the NFL on their top picture of the week for Ryan Tannehill was that one. I'm like, the dude scored a ton of points, and this is the only picture you got where it looks like he's losing the ball. I'm like, that's not good. But you do see your man Chase Claypool on the bottom left. That is your Notre
Yeah.
Dame product.
How do you like him?
4 touchdowns on Terry's bench, but we'll get to that later.
Yeah.
Let's get to the first week. Why don't you take us through it?
Okay, we've got Camp Krusty going against the gentleman for Corley's, who I was doing fantastic, cobbling together a squad. I had a big, huge lead going into Monday or Tuesday, and the wheels fell off just like I thought they would. My defense, which was number one coming into this season,
Oh,
negative
yeah.
something, and Terry's guy went bonkers. She ended up coming back for the victory, scoring 138 to my measly 126.
Yeah, and I mean, I think there were a lot of leagues that were upset by the Ryan Tannehill. I don't know now because he's a quarterback. That's not as surprising as the day that Justin Tucker kicked most like 100 and something leagues in the nuts with his night. But this was that. But Ryan Tannehill came back and killed a lot of people. So did Buffalo's defense. They didn't help you. They hurt you with those negative points. So yeah, that was a tough one. That's a tough loss, especially to your
I had this one, but that's all
sister.
right.
Next game.
Next
Oh,
game, we've
brutal.
got Meaty Haunches, Braille Bombers. Let me go to that on this one just because it's easier. Where is it? There it is. And Meaty Haunches take down Mama. What a close game.
Yes.
159.4 to 153. Mickey Mouse scoring 23 and a half. Kyler Murray.
Mickey
Thielen.
Mouse. Who's Mickey Mouse?
Ezekiel Elliott. Look at him. If you squint, he looks like Mickey Mouse.
Okay, I got you.
With those
I'm with you.
balls on his head. What are
You're
those?
right. Hey, man, you don't ask me. I have no idea what those hairstyles are like. We have to ask Jason. He grew up in the hood.
Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, no, yeah. Mom was not. She never feels good until she either wins or loses. She's convinced she's going to lose every week, and I'm trying to be the hey, don't worry, you're not. It's not over till it's over.
Well, she's got a.
So she scores okay here, and I'm thinking, okay, this is okay. Yeah, he has some big guns coming, but you know what? And hey, Drew Brees started off there pretty slow that night. I'm thinking maybe, and then slowly but surely he just came back, and nope, door closed, no coming back. I thought if he got enough negative points, he might pull a Rex Grossman, but unfortunately for Mama, not this week. Moving on to the next game. Oh,
Okay,
finally, yes.
Oh God, yours. Yeah, I don't know if this is much to brag about. You got a win with 139 points. Still not 500 yet. Let's see who did well for you. It looks like Minshew is back to your leading scorer for the week. That goofy hairdo mustache 25. Calvin Ridley, dude, the surprise of the season.
Well, not to those who did their homework, but yes, continue.
Yeah, and then your homework also included those stupid running backs you got where
hey, one did okay. One did okay.
Came back.
The other one not as much. Yes.
Right.
Oh, and it really helps that Kansas City just signed Le'Veon Bell. So thank you for that, Le'Veon Bell and Kansas City for screwing mine up even more. Yes, I was happy to escape with a win. I knew going up against Greg, who is normally a powerhouse, is a big thing, but boy, tough to lose Dak Prescott to that horrible injury that I watched. And as soon as it happened, I said, his foot's not supposed to be turned that way.
Sure is he enough, out for the season?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. He had
Okay.
surgery, and yeah, he's done for the season. So good
Okay.
luck to those Cowboys. Nobody ever wants to. I mean, as much as I hate the Cowboys, you never want to see anybody get hurt in a game, and I felt really bad for Dak because he seems like a super good guy. So sorry about that, Jason. Let's hope that's not the end, and the red rifle gets you at least down
Hey,
the
hey,
road.
next
So
guy is up. That's
yeah,
why we
next man up.
okay, that's right. Wild Poopers. Oh
Oof,
my goodness, dude, this team 3 and
brothers
2,
versus
but
sister.
what's her
hmm
lowest score of the year so far?
I
Like
know, I know.
189 or
Yeah,
something?
yeah.
Does it
She's had
again,
monster
almost
scores.
cracks 200. She's got 198. Hands it to her brother handily, who only
hmm
scored 113. Sorry, Todd. Cat is a monster this year. Let's Baltimore 33 points. Russell Wilson. Mama's still kicking
Oof.
herself. How
Oh.
on earth does Mama not end up with
I
Russell
know.
Wilson?
I know. Well, you know what? She was waiting till he normally comes. He comes at a certain time. Oh God, that sounded horrible. Jason's going to take that and run with that. He normally falls to a certain. Okay, I didn't know how to say this without making it sound dirty for Jason's mind. But normally, whenever she drafts Russell Wilson, he's in the correct spot of where she normally gets him a round or two before he's going to go. This time, I think she was waiting for him to get to that certain to another round or two, and Kat swooped in because she obviously either read the tea leaves or knew or had a feeling about him this year and just went for it and took him. So yeah, she's got a power, and like you said, she's almost on just under 200 almost with every score. She's
It's
killing it out there.
unbelievable. Yeah.
You know, Will Fuller this year with no DeAndre Hopkins, he is the guy in
Yep.
Houston that Watson trusts. So, you know, and yeah, she's got the Ravens defense, which sometimes comes through with big scores for her. They certainly did this week. Alvin Kamara, I mean, come on, right? I mean, she is
Yeah.
loaded for bear. The only way you're going to beat her is hope you have the best day of your life. Sorry about that. Josh Allen's Red Rifle Chubb box score. I mean, is his name just going to get longer and longer like a Fiona Apple title? Let's move on.
Okay, Malibu Stacy's. Let me just move this around here and find her. There she is. She was very happy. She ended up pulling out a win over her
Mm-hmm.
brother-in-law. Lots of
Mm-hmm.
sibling rivalries this week. This was another one. She scores 132.68 to Johnny Boy's 121. Watson did good. Sanders. She had a lot of players who scored, you know,
What
decently
there's
well.
Yeah, you know, Dawn has on paper a good team that's supposed to score reasonably well. She hasn't had that in most weeks. She had it this week.
That's right.
Johnny hit the curb on this one, unfortunately, with Tyler Lockett having a down day. Tyler Boyd, Darren Waller had a nice day. McCall Hardman, not much. Cole Beasley, little one. But just didn't get the production, and Aaron Jones on a bye. So I mean,
Yeah.
his biggest
Yeah.
scoring guy right next to Patrick Mahomes is out. So she caught him on a good week, and he had some other players fell down. So congrats to Dawn. But I'm sure
Yep.
Johnny will be right back. In fact, I got to play him this week, which I'm not looking forward to, with Aaron Jones. So looking forward to that. Next up.
Okay, next up we've got okay, this is the Scorched Doubtfuls against C3 Popo. Kevin Clemens against me, he likes to pile on the points, but against Jason,
He
he
barely cracks 100. I love it.
barely cracks 100 with his questionably aggressively dating Roethlisberger.
How
Who
dare
got him
you?
20.
Charges were never brought. Thank you very much. That's up dredging up that past, pal.
Anyway, Jason gets the win, improves to 4-1. Scorched Doubtfuls falls to 2-3. I was another team who I thought name would change this week, but I guess he's holding steady with the Scorched Doubtfuls.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I bet that loss didn't do anything to help, and he's like, "Forget it. I'm still the Scorched Doubtfuls." And I think Deontay Johnson was hurt so bad that I know he's out this week, so that's gonna hurt. I mean, he was projected to get 15 on that day, and he only got a 1.2. So yeah, he certainly had some guys that didn't perform as needed. Jason got the win, even with the
Look
loss
at
of
Derek Carr.
Tom Brady. Oh, look at CeeDee Lamb. I mean, my goodness, that rookie 22 points. I mean, not bad, right? Darius
Yeah.
Slayton, 22 points from a crappy Giant. That's huge, man. I mean, those are ones that he puts together and cobbles together a win over poor old man Clemens. But we will see what happens next week. Let's get to the standings.
We got Derek Carr on the bench for 35, and that wasn't even the biggest bench score of the week. We didn't talk about Terry's.
Oh no, yeah. Let's go back and just highlight that real quick because I totally
okay,
blew
not that
past
she
that.
needed it, but
No, but let's
yeah.
rub it in. Oh, you can't. No, you know.
44.6.
Yeah, 44.6. That's insane. I mean, one touchdown, I'm sure she's like, oh, that's a bummer. 2, she's like, God, I wish I would have started him. 3, it's like, okay, this get ridiculous. 4, she probably threw her laptop at the television at that point. I'm like,
Oh, could you
that's
imagine if she
gotta
would have
hurt.
lost because of that?
Oh, yes, exactly. Yes, the win probably helped soothe a little bit. But let's talk about the standings and where we all
All right.
shook out after this
All
wild
right,
week
let's
5.
do it. Let's start with Brockway. All alone at the top. Terry, gentleman, 4 quarterlies, 4-1. She's 2 games out in front of you.
I was
who's
hoping
in
you'd take her
a
down from me, but
2-way
no.
tie for last. Both of you guys 2 and 3. Ogdenville, Love, Hugs, and Ice Cream. Meaty Haunch is tied at 3 and 2. And Josh Allen's Red Rifle Chubb is simply 1 game out of first in last place. So that's a fun spot to be in. Okay, North Haverbrook, C3 Popo, Jason now out in front by himself, followed by 1 game out, the Wild Poopers, who is the strongest team in the league. And then you've got Camp Krusty. There, 2 teams in my division are going to coast in to playoffs like a stroll on the beach.
Oh, now you don't know that. Come on.
Yeah, I know that. Springfield United, only 1 game out in front. Don is sneaking up. He's 3 and 2. She's 2 and 3. 1 game back. And the Braille Bombers, like myself, desperate for another win. Han Solo in the win column for both of us. Solo, just 1, but we're both desperate.
Okay, that was a great way to end it. Yes,
thank you.
This things are starting to shake out and things are starting to take shape. I think it's clear that some of the bigger scorers, certainly with Kat, even though she's second overall in her division, she's been outscoring everybody. So she just needs to keep pace, and her dad just keeps winning. She needs to either get over that hump or at least keep pace with him and keep you off her back. Meanwhile, another really tough division is that Ogdenville, right? I mean, Greg and Joe are scoring a bunch and winning, pretty much the same. And not far behind him is Todd. That's going to be a really fun race to watch and see how it gets to the end. The rest of them are a little more separated, but we'll see if anything changed over the next couple of weeks. But as usual, keep sticking with it. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Did you want me to say something?
That's okay. And the good news for Kat too is if she could somehow, I think she's going to rise to the top. But if she ends up being in a tie for whatever reason, those monster scores are going to be the tiebreaker, right? And she's got that by a mile. Okay.
Yep, moving on to transactions, and it was a little crazy up there on the wire for some people who were desperate, like spending $23 on Brandon Cooks, who probably was worth nothing before that date.
That's great.
I'm desperate to fill any hole on the bench that I might have, so I got him. Looks like the Dolphins were in a 3-way race there, and Todd, Mr. King of the Waiver. I mean, you think I'm King of the Waiver. Todd was the one, again, remember, the only person to completely spend all of his budget going into the playoffs and literally use a person.
He's the one who brought up the $0. Right, exactly. What is this $19 move you have here?
What do you mean $19 move well, it didn't happen because I already added somebody. He was just a backup. You know how, because you see the smart players, that's me. And that's other people.
Spend 19 when nobody else wants. That's garbage.
I didn't even get him. No, what you do is you tier all your offers. So if one doesn't go or you lose, you got another one right there and then right there and then right there. So you always end up getting somebody. It's just, so mine went Brandon Cooks with the most, then Travis with the second, and then so on and so forth. That's how you back it up.
Yeah,
Henry
but
Ruggs
nobody
for 7.
else even put a bid in for this loser.
Okay, so maybe I overbid on him. I understand that, but I didn't even get him, so it really didn't cost me anything except a little lesson because he did only have 1 big day. But I was like, hey, maybe he'll have 2 big days.
This year's Todd Yoder.
I saw every time I see him, I want to reach out to you, but I'm like, you don't have the red zone, so you can't see Todd Yoder's still playing. Or no, it wasn't Todd Yoder. It was T.J. Yeldon. Even better.
Okay,
that was another guy.
That was another one. Right, that was another one.
Right. So Love, Hugs, and Ice Cream with Dak going down. He got some Fitzmagic on his bench for only $1 and Teddy Bridgewater. So he's trying to back up that open QB spot. We'll see which ones hit for him if Fitzmagic continues or if he fizzles like he sometimes does. Let's get to this next week's setups and your first. And I went and brought out the old highlighter, which I used to do, to point out some of the ups and downs of this upcoming matchup. Why don't you talk about it, and then I'll talk about my highlights.
Okay, what I have, it's probably close. It's actually moved around a little bit. So we've got Camp Krusty going up against Jason. I think this is my second go at Jason. I
Might
think.
be. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it likes Lamar. It likes Matt Ryan. I can only start 2 quarterbacks. Why is it giving me these projected leaders for next week when it's 2 positions I can't start? Anyway,
Dude, what are you talking about? The one on everybody else's screen shows Lamar
I
Jackson.
know.
It doesn't show
That's
Matt
my
Ryan.
current lineup. But on the actual web page, off to the side of the preview, it also shows projected leaders for each. What are you doing?
Sorry. Go ahead. Thought I heard something. Gonna get stabbed out here. That'd be great.
That would be great because you wouldn't be able to scream.
Shh, be quiet.
I gotta be quiet.
Ow, the kids are sleeping. Be quiet.
Stab my haunch.
Not the haunches. They're too meaty. We can't stab this guy. There's too much meat on these haunches.
All right, back to this. It
Sorry.
shows projected me 141. That'd be nice. And Jason at 147. It obviously likes Jason, as do I. Put your money
Where your
on
mouth is.
C3P Popo.
C3 Yes. So we have Lamar Jackson going up against a pretty easy, not easy, I shouldn't say easy, but Philly defense and he's averaging quite a few. I see him getting just about the same, if not more. Mark Andrews should have a good day against those same hapless Eagles. The interesting matchup that I like is the Bills going up against Kansas City. The Bills embarrassed. That defense was embarrassed. Now they're going up against Patrick Mahomes. I'm sure they're not looking forward to that, but I'm sure they want to get a little bit back in their column and defend that their reputation. So let's see if they can stand up against Mahomes and his onslaught. Remember, KC just lost to Vegas, so I'm sure they're shook too. On the other side of the coin, you got Tom Brady. It's got old man versus old man. It's going to be Tom Brady versus Aaron Rodgers this week. It's going to be lots of fun to watch that. He has Devontae Adams back. That should be big for J-Dog. And then he has Tyreek Hill going up against that normally staunchy Buffalo defense. Are they staunchy and do they stop him, or do they give it up and he gets a huge thing?
They're going to hold him to a shutout. Don't worry.
I love it. I love that kind of confidence. Let's move on to the next game.
Okay. Next
Clemens v. Who is it? Haunches. Speaking of haunches.
Clemens versus Meaty Haunches. They got Clemens right now at projected 132. Meaty Haunches projected at 133. Wow, this one's like nearly a draw.
Mm-hmm. Nearly, absolutely, nearly a draw. So we have, again, like I said, the Aaron Rodgers, the old man battle. He's going to score a ton as usual. Deontay Johnson, I'm sure Clemens is going to move him out. He's not going to leave that goose egg on his roster. On the good side, he has George Kittle and Chris Godwin, both looking to have decent days. And on the other side, with the Meaty Haunches, we have Kirk Cousins going up against Atlanta, who has constantly given up tons through the air. So it should be a big day for Matty Ice. And then you got Robert Woods, who's a pretty consistent scorer against San Francisco, who, again, I thought had a defense, but apparently the Dolphins shredded that like cheese. And then you got Travis Kelce going up against Buffalo. And again, does Buffalo hold him or does he get free? He's had up and down weeks. Believe me, I had him last year. He had a lot of up and down weeks, but this year seems to be doing better. So
this year he's solid. I've seen him
exactly.
in a couple of games.
Believe me, I missed that solid from last year. We're not going to get into that. Let's get to the Braille Bombers versus Terry.
Yep, that's right. So a team at 1-4 and another team at 4-1, I believe.
In the same division. No, wrong division. Take it back. It's me and Terry in the division. I'm sorry. Scratch that.
Dynamite. Okay. I believe my eyes are shut. But it's got Mama projected to get 139. Terry projected to get 134. Wow. Okay. Wonder why. Does Terry have any issues? Oh no, Mama's got what's the
doubtful?
D
is doubtful for Sammy Watkins. That's why it's giving him a 0. Yeah,
not
so I'm sure she's going
texting
to.
if that's not what it means. Okay, and then a questionable with who is it? Noah
Fant. Dude, he's a tight end.
I can't see. I can't read.
Will you go to the optometrist? It's been years. Your eyes are
got my readers somewhere. They help a lot.
You need more than that, dude. Trust me. I want everybody in the league to get their best picture of Kevin and the dorkiest glasses and put them all out there on the internet because that's what he needs. He needs some glasses.
I need lots.
Okay,
I need therapy and glasses.
Yeah, so let's talk about this. So you got Kyler Murray and Ezekiel Elliott. Again, my mom's team on paper should be kicking butt. Unfortunately, other people have been kicking her butt. Hopefully, James Conner just crushes those Cleveland Dogs and gets a better score than that. On the other side with Terry, Got to be worried about Ryan Tannehill. He had a huge week last week, and he may have another one in him. Allen Robinson, that's Mr. Consistent. He's a guy I really wanted, and I'm happy for Terry. But boy, that guy has proven everybody right again. And Chase Claypool, she's rolling the hot hand. She's hoping that he can keep scoring against him. And with Johnson out, he's going to get even more of the looks from Ben. And I think Ben trusts him pretty good already. So that's going to be a fun
Well,
matchup to
don't
watch.
move on from this page. I don't know
Okay.
what you were doing with your highlighter on this one, but do my eyes deceive me? I think I know why Terry's been winning games. Are the Colts averaging nearly 20 points a game?
That's their average. Yes, they've had some very good ones, but I'd have to look back, and I mean, somebody will correct me. I'm sure Jason's encyclopedic brain would already know this, but I almost think that's because they might have had a couple games that were wildly huge points, and then other ones that weren't great or even small, but over the average. Because we only played 5 games, it still looks like it's a rather high average. But you're right, that overall average is big. I don't know if they're killing them, and they're going up against Cincinnati, who's been up and down this year, to say the least. So that's going to be a good day, hopefully, for the Colts and their defense.
Look at the average points scored column. Ryan Tannehill, number 1, followed closely by her running back, and then the defense.
Yeah.
Everybody else is below that. Mike Evans.
Yep. No, I get it. Again, but you know as well as anybody, defenses can swing, and 1 or 2 really good weeks can throw off the average for another number of weeks until it all gets down the line. But we'll see. Let's not spend all day on this one matchup.
Defense wins championships. Okay, go to the next one. The Impossibles get to go up against Johnny. I believe Johnny's going to win big here.
Of course.
It's got you projected at a paltry 138, I believe, versus Johnny's 109. No. What the? Oh, he's got a bunch of bye things. Let's see if he even starts a full lineup this week.
Yeah, maybe I'll get lucky with the Johnny bye week. I see that Tyler Lockett's on a bye. That really makes me sad. Not at all, because I know he's such a huge scorer. Same with Darren Waller. Those are 2 of his big guys, but I shouldn't get too happy, because that's when reality comes to slap me in the face, like David's Big Johnson right there for 14 points. Patrick Mahomes going up against Buffalo. Let's see if he can get something done against them. Steelers, this is going to hurt. He has the defense against Cleveland. So as I'm rooting for my Steelers against Cleveland, if their defense holds Cleveland to 0, I'm going to be happy for my team.
Johnny scores.
I'd be like, Johnny gets a lot of points for that. On my page, I got, again, my running back of the running back carousel now at Kansas City going up against Buffalo, and Kareem Hunt. Oh, I love Kareem Hunt as a player. I hate him as a person, and I hate him even more he's on Cleveland. And I hate him that this week he's talking about how we're going to win this for Myles Garrett, the guy that took the projectile and smashed in Mason Rudolph's head last time and was kicked out for the league. I'm like, wait, he's the victim here? How is he the victim? And then I got Julian Edelman, who I thought was going to be Steady Eddie, who has been nothing.
Well, he's got somebody else throwing to him. Maybe the quarterback played a role in some of that.
I know he did, but I didn't think he would drop off this precipitously. And he's questionable every week. The guy is never healthy. Let's get to the next week. Depressed already.
Right. Next one, we've got the Wild Poopers continuing their winning. We'll see, because she goes up against a tough team and love hugs and ice cream. This is a good one. This is I'd argue 2 teams topping their divisions. So this is a big one.
Yeah, this is going to be fun, especially with their 2 matchups at quarterback. I don't think Jimmy G's her normal quarterback. Maybe her other one's on a bye. I can't see who's on the rest of her squad on this one. But I'm guessing that I don't think he's her normal starter, and he's had a very questionable year, to say the least. And I love that Greg's putting pushing all of his chips in like he would at poker with Phil Fitzmagic. So we'll see if that magic continues against the hapless Jets, which it should, because they do stink. But stranger things have happened. Meanwhile, he's got DeAndre Hopkins, the best wide receiver, who was traded away to Arizona, going up against Dallas. Dallas, who is shook by the Dak thing. Do they pull together and make some big rally, or do they fall apart? And then Stephon Diggs, who's just been killing it in Buffalo. Now, there's a guy that went to a new team, new quarterback, who's done, I argue, even better there than he had in Minnesota. So congrats to Stephon Diggs and Greg for grabbing him. Robbie Anderson, who I love, doing great down there in Carolina now. On the other side for the Wild Poopers, you got Will Fuller, the number 1 option in Houston, and Todd Gurley just finally getting it done in Atlanta, and Cooper Kupp. There's another Steady Eddie. So this should be a good matchup. This would be your game of the week points-wise for sure, I'm guessing.
Okay, and before we go to this one, I just wanted to bring something up.
Sure.
Going back to your matchup against my brother.
Yes.
Johnny, okay, he has Tyler Lockett and Darren Waller, tight end, that nobody's heard of.
No, dude,
They're
everybody
both.
has. You haven't because you don't do any homework or watch any football.
Speaking of doing homework,
Yes.
Johnny has 2 empty spots on his bench, and no wide receivers on there to back up Tyler Lockett. However, he has 3 tight ends, so he's covered there.
Well, he could
What are
technically.
you doing?
Well, wait. As long as he has 2 wide receivers somewhere on a squad, he can make those wide receivers, and then he can put all of his tight ends in his flex spots if he wanted to.
He might have to do that because he doesn't. He has
his own
Cole
ways.
Beasley. He can move Cole Beasley up to Tyler Lockett's and then throw in his trio of tight ends of Darren Waller, Rob Gronkowski, and
Gronk.
Austin Hooper.
Yes, Austin
Hooper,
Hooper.
ain't you watching?
Hooper, stop, or ain't you watching?
All right. Well, hopefully he adjusts that and throws a team of tight ends together.
Exactly.
Okay, going back to this, we've got the lovely and beautiful Malibu Stacy's projected to get a big score this week. However, Josh Allen's Red Rifle Chubb is projected to get 1 point more than her. I mean, these are 2 high.
His Chubb is pointed right at her. That red rifle.
Yeah, Don's Chubb pointed to square at Malibu Stacy's face.
Run for your life, Malibu Stacy.
Run for your life.
Here comes Josh Allen.
It is not actually a rocket. Run.
Here comes Crazy Legs Josh Allen at you. Best pickup of the year so far with James Robinson. He's got that stud running back out of Jacksonville who's just getting it done. He's got Marquise Brown, who I think is a cousin of Antonio Brown, doing very well in Baltimore. And he has ODB.
Who's that got to do with anything?
Nothing, just talent maybe runs in the family. Who knows? I mean, he's a little fast wide receiver who catches just about everything thrown to him. So he's pretty good. I don't know Antonio Brown yet, but I'm sure he's hoping to develop into one.
Yeah.
And then you got Odell Beckham Jr., who, I mean, took apart the Cowboys when he played them. And I'm hoping he doesn't take apart our Pittsburgh Steelers. I hope we can stop him down, keep him down.
Don't worry, it's pro football. You could lose 5 and still get in.
Exactly. And then we have.
What are you looking at?
I think somebody's making noise to make me quiet over here. I got to hurry up with this.
Where do you live? In Beirut, you've got there's
exactly.
The man in the black pajamas is looking for you.
Someone has issued a fatwa that lives next to me, and I'm in trouble.
It's Friday, and
I know.
It's 10 o'clock where you are.
I know. Can we please just get through this so I can finish this? Jesus.
Okay, Ninja Warrior, go ahead. Yeah.
And on the Stacey's, we have Deshaun Watson, Derrick Henry, who's having a good one, Miles Sanders, who's doing really well, and Juju Smith-Schuster, who's really good.
Next week, you should do this in a child's nursery while they're sleeping. Hoist your steins at, beer steins.
I've got German and Mexican right there.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking at hoist your steins at Casa de Clemens.
But wait, continue reading and see if you get the reference to the movie. If you get it, you get $5 the next time we see each other. Just like I know how Jason. Thanks, 3 people who voted on that one. What the hell, people?
I don't even need to think about it. I knew it as soon as I saw it. This Sunday only, and it's Ladies' Night at the Palace Hotel Ballroom. That would be Blues Brothers. Circa 1980. We'll gladly collect that $5.
You got it, man. Good man. I'm impressed. Good job. Yes.
Thank you.
For those that can attend, there is a shindig at Clemens where he's going to be. I don't know if he's grilling wieners and hamburgers.
That's what he said.
I think so. Yep, at his house, they're going to hang out there. They're going to walk down to the end of his long country road where there supposedly is a brewery, and they're going to have beer there and have a good old time. And so.
Well, that sounds great.
Yeah, so it should be good for everybody. Everybody's gonna. This dude is pissed. I gotta hurry up anyhow. So have fun at that. I wish I could go. Believe me.
Aren't you going
soon? No, I can't, dude. This whole week has been so whacked out with David and his surgery and everything, and it's just like we can't. And Cat with her hand, and got so many other things going on. It's like I can't do it this weekend. But
do you not get respite anymore? Or?
No, dude, that's another story, dude. This is not the place for respite talk. Listen.
Okay, sorry.
I gotta hurry up and finish this
You
thing
got,
up.
yeah, yeah.
10 o'clock in Roseville. They're calling the cops on me right now. There's a man
Yeah.
whispering outside in his
What
backyard.
if you swam? Do you guys have to like
Oh, believe me, I've
slowly
swam at
lower
night.
yourself?
I have swam this late at night, and I splashed around all the time. I never get anything. This, Kathy's like, I don't like you going outside. She's literally looking up noise ordinances. I'm like, hun, I'm sure I'm fine. I'm not out here yelling and toasting a party keg over here.
Your voice carries.
I know it does, but I'm trying to be low. So let's finish this damn thing up.
Okay, so if you can break away like some can't, join your fellow team managers at maybe the sexiest team manager in the league's house. And Matt is not paying attention. He's more worried about
just walking around,
making noise and trying to be quiet. Lovely. We definitely need to get you to fix this recording situation.
I'm working on it. Next week we're trying something different, so just hang with us, people. Hang with us.
And are you going to fill me in on this, or is this going to be another? I won't call you. I won't show. And then I'll, 30 minutes before.
These were unnatural circumstances this week for sure. So don't get on me about that. Listen, Jerky.
Yeah.
So what I was going to say.
Where are you going to film next week?
Inside the house, and maybe I'll have David just guest on it. He'll just come over and be screaming in the background, and that'll be fine. Yeah. I gotta go around the corner. I'm going even darker. I'm going around this corner. We're going totally dark. We're literally around the corner in a hole, so he can't slam his door like I'm supposed to hear him.
Is that the one that doesn't like you?
No, he doesn't. It's not that he doesn't like us. He's still slamming his door. I don't know what the hell he's doing. No, he's this weird guy that lives next door who it's funny. It's like all the lights will be off in his house. And I've been out there swimming or in the hot tub just hanging out. And I've seen all the lights go on in his house. And like an hour or two later, like a lot of lights go on. And then sometimes I'm getting ready to go to bed and it's like 11 or 12 at night. And I'm walking through the house and I can see through my kitchen window, his lights are all on in the house. I'm like, it's midnight, dude. Why are all your lights on here? What? You go to sleep and then get back up. What's going on? And then I swear to God, it's the middle of summer and I'm out in the pool and we're looking up and it's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It's 100 degrees. His chimney's going. What the hell are you burning that thing? What are you doing? This is like the Klopeks from the Burbs. I'm like, dude,
hey, you gotta get rid of the body, dude. You gotta get rid of the body. You can't wait for summer or winter to start a fire.
It's like ride or die.
That's right. Why? Yeah. Well, I need to remind him if it is ride or die, not to go to your house looking for help. Don't worry about that. Yeah.
All right, can we please sign off now? This is becoming a podcast. Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, so for Kevin, this is Matt Dickey signing off as quietly as I can before I stop this. Kev, take us home.